When the reps are naturally moving that slow, that's when you know that they're hard enough that they're going to be building strength. I can't do that for more. I just scored 4 reps for the first 2 sets.
None of y'all stopping me, don't need to ask. Chopping trees, planting seeds, plotting schemes, crossing lines, dotting T's. Lines are blurred, I cannot see. Before I die, I'm top 3. Before I die, I'm top 3.
He's telling me how many reps I gotta do. Okay. Okay. What is going on, YouTube? You are back with the Prez. Back here in the new park in Megafit, Queens. It's the only thing I'm gonna tell you about the location, not giving away the location yet. As you can see, look, every time I come here, we got it to ourselves pretty much. We got Matty BARNATURALS out here getting his EMOMs in. And again, guys, look at all the equipment in this park. We really can't beat it, right? And to keep it peaceful right now, keeping it to myself. So, we're bringing you today body weight only, full push workout, shoulders and chest. Again, if you guys watched the previous video, training all back. I trained yesterday that back routine. 3 exercises, muscle ups, pull-ups, rows. My lats are lit. And like I was explaining to you, that's due to the high eccentric loading from those pull-ups. Remember, to induce muscle damage and to induce muscular hypertrophy with body weight training, you got to start inducing metabolic stress and muscle damage. So what we're going to work on today, shoulders and chest, we're going to start with a strength-based shoulder exercise where we're going to be inducing more of that muscle damage, right? Not so much metabolic stress. That's going to come with higher rep sets, lower breaks. So we're going to work on strength still with our body weight. So longer break periods here, but slow, nice and controlled reps. Strength training, let's get it. All right, guys, starting off with shoulders. We started the routine off with nice, slow and controlled, deep. You guys can see here, I'm going shoulder to the bar, pike push-ups. These are really going to take those shoulders through an extra range of motion, really eccentrically load them. Like I said, this is what's going to cause that high rate of muscle damage. Those eccentrics, where you're going slow and controlled, through a deep range of motion. That's when the muscle fibers are being ripped apart. And you can see, I think I catch 4 reps on this first set, literally taking it to just about extreme failure. That's how you know you're in that strength training zone when you can't do anything more than 5 reps in a set. When the reps are naturally moving that slow, that's when you know that they're hard enough that they're going to be building strength. I can't do that for more. I just scored 4 reps for the first 2 sets. I could not have even tried for 5. I would have failed, collapsed through the bars. So that's when you know, when you're falling in that 1 to 5 rep range, naturally, not forcing the reps to be hard, naturally falling in that, you're going to constantly be building strength in that movement. So even though I'm going slow and controlled here, it's the extra range of motion and at the tempo I'm going that's making them harder. Because previously, when we did these a couple weeks ago here, I was doing them for sets of 8. But again, a little bit less controlled down, not as deep a range of motion, and more hypertrophy focused. So you can always slow down a rep and make them harder and increase the variation, increase the range of motion to make it harder and get more benefit out of it. So we're going to go for 3 to 5 sets of this. Let's get it. Hitting failure on a set. There's only 3 sets in. I should have honestly not went to failure right there. I probably should have just stopped at the 2 reps when that second rep was so hard. I'm gonna give myself a nice 4-minute break. Go 1 more set of these. Let's go. reps there. I would have definitely failed on the third rep, but happy with that.
All right, guys, moving on from shoulders, we're now moving on to some chest-focused work. Here we're going to be doing one muscle up to pause straight bar dips. You guys are going to see I'm pretty much bringing chest to the bar almost every rep, dead stopping at the top, trying to get a little bit of a pause every single rep, increase that time under tension. And at the top, when I'm pausing at that lockout, in my head, I'm thinking about flexing and squeezing that bar together. That's what's going to help you really contract that chest. Remember, when your arms are fixed, like doing straight bar dips here, or regular parallel bar dips, or even push-ups, the action of the humerus, or the action of the chest, is to bring the humerus across the body. When the humerus crosses the body, that's what gives it a full contraction. But you can't move the arms closer when they're fixed on a bar like this. But you could, in your head, imagine on each of those lockout portions of the reps that you're trying to squeeze the bar together, meaning trying to bring your hands together. Even though they're not moving, it's going to create that contraction in the chest for a deeper contraction and a better mind muscle feeling. So again, pause reps here, and you can see here on this third set, I actually start to bring the reps really, really low. I was doing chest to bar for the first 2 sets, and now I try to bring it to like upper chest to bar, like nipples to the bar here. Quick little wind issue right here, but I have my boy here to reset up. So you're going to see I'm really letting my body drop low, stretching that chest out, adding more eccentric damage to the movement right now, which is going to create more muscle growth. So 3 sets, 12 reps on these straight bar dips. The muscle up was just the way to get up there. You guys can see from these angles here how much more dense my physique has gotten over this last year and a half. I credit all of that to the fact that, I stopped training as often. I stopped going so hard with the reps and sets, trying to burn all the time, and really focused on strength. Moving on to more chest-specific work now. Something you really don't see me doing ever here. I'm going to be doing typewriter push-ups, just for the fact that I found these, ab workout machines in this park, and I said, look, I could do some pretty creative push-ups on here, so I decided to do some typewriter reps. Now, these typewriters, you're going to see the time under tension, the eccentric loading. Anytime we're in the bottom of the rep right here, it's all eccentric loading. The muscle is already stretched, so once we stretch it down for the rep, and then go into those typewriters from side to the side, it is extra eccentric loading. It is extra time under tension. This is what creates that muscle damage. We don't have so much metabolic stress being created in this routine so far today, just for the fact that we were keeping the break periods pretty much 90 seconds max in between these last 2 chest exercises, and the volume was relatively low, but slow eccentrics, long sets. Here for these typewriters, I did 3 sets of 10, and again, like I said, a lot of time under tension, a lot of eccentric loading, a lot of muscle damage is being created with this movement. So if you guys are trying to just build muscle with your body weight, you guys got to learn how to make the reps harder, increase the time under tension, create that metabolic stress and that muscle damage, and you're on your way to making gains forever, guys. Alright guys, right after that last set of typewriters, I came right back onto these parallel bars, and I came into 1 set to failure of decline pushes. My chest was already feeling really lit after those 3 sets of typewriter pushes, and I don't have to create any more damage at this point, right? The straight bar dips, the pike handstand pushes, those typewriters are all going to hit a ton of shoulders and chest and create enough damage. You don't want to create too much muscle damage. You don't want your chest being sore to the touch the next day. That means you created too much stretch to the muscle and it's not going to be able to recover from, right? It may just be broken down excessively and only rebuild to the point of that you started from, right? You want that muscle to build back stronger and bigger from when you started the workout, right? And if you do too much volume, too much damage, you're going to be counterproductive, guys.
All right, guys, that is a wrap for the bodyweight only push routine. We started with shoulders for strength. Like I said, I was going to be building up a ton of metabolic stress and muscle damage with this push workout. The slow, controlled strength training. First exercise, those pike shoulder presses done on these elevated P-bars right here. Slow and controlled, that's gonna build a ton of muscle damage. Those slow negatives, going as deep as possible, those negative reps, like I said before in the past, that's when the muscle is being pulled apart. That's when the muscle is getting all those micro tears. So the slower and the longer you could get into that eccentric position, the more muscle damage that's gonna occur. Then with these high rep sets afterwards, even though it wasn't that high, it was around that 12 to 10 to 12 rep mark for those straight bar dips. We were taking 90-second breaks, right? Really accumulating a nice pump there. 3 sets of 12, 1 muscle up to straight bar dip. Also really trying to go as deep as possible, pausing, locking out. Again, creating that metabolic stress and that muscle damage with the controlled eccentrics. From there, we went into those arches. Those arches are gonna place the chest under a ton of time under tension. It is in that eccentric position the whole time you're going side to side. So again, causing a ton of muscle damage. And then we finished the routine off with just 1 set of these decline pushes to really just blow up the chest. And I only did 1 set because, remember, you gotta learn to manage volume and intensity. Even though the intensity today was just my body weight, I didn't really get to go more than like 15 reps on anything because that's the intensity, meaning how hard each set was. I didn't have to force any more failure on these decline push-ups right here. My chest already had enough stress today. You don't have to keep continuously breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down. Let your body recover now. Give your chest 48 hours in between this workout and the next workout. You'll come back fresh, stronger, and be able to make progress from workout to workout. You don't need a lot of equipment to get an effective workout done. All you need is your body weight and some bars. Find the park, find the floor, and you're good to go, guys. Like the video to help drag them out. Share with your friends and your family. If you ain't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. Let's keep this channel going, guys. Like always, you have a question or comment, leave it in the comment section. I always get back to you guys. Peace out. Bar Naturals.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.